during our coaching, I was very specific with you, and I said you need to use terms that are understandable for people. And I guess now reflecting on that, I can say, okay, I don't understand the concept of fulfilling relationships. Like, for example, when we started coaching, and a large component of our coaching has also been religious, right? Because you helped me with my Christianity conversion, all of that.
Sure.
And I told you at the very beginning, using words I do not understand, right? The same thing also applies here in relationships. You know, you're saying a fulfilling relationship. The other day I came into you, not too long ago, I said, I never want you to use the word connection ever again because Wi-Fi connects, people do not. It's a Veritas quote now. So what's happening here?
Yeah, fair. A lot of avoidant men come to me and they say, Adam, I'm not miserable, but I'm realizing I've never felt happy. Right?
Okay.
I've survived. I've done things that made me feel like I live in a fortress, but it's a cold fortress. I have a life.
Very solemn.
Yeah, it's solemn.
Very organized.
And I do things that feel good, but I don't do things that make me happy.
Oh.
Pleasure versus happiness. That's two different things, right? Pleasure is in the moment, and then it fades quick. You got to find another piece. Happiness is more long-term, more lasting, more enduring. It's something you can look at and feel good about afterwards.
Are you happy, Adam?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Weird.
I have a wonderful family. Of course I'm happy. I have
Weird.
good friends. I have things that aren't based on short-term stimulation. Serotonin can come from wonderful memories. It can come from sitting and just remembering a great conversation, remembering a good moment with somebody. You can release serotonin. So not only is the event helping you at the time, if you sit with your loving girlfriend, right? And you have a good evening together and you enjoy the time together. The memory of that time later, you can dredge up while you're sitting in your office having a difficult day and give yourself an additional shot of serotonin from the memory of it. You can do that during a difficult meeting. You can take a pause and go do that. The memory of it continues to fulfill you and continues to make you happy later on.
It's like basically you become like a love camel and like, you get your fill and you go off into the desert and you need to kind of like seep it out of your body just so you can push further.
You know that feeling when you're stressed out and you say, dang, I'm vibrating in place. I'm tapping my foot. I'm all anxious. I'm having a hard time focusing because I'm so stressed. I wish I could just come down. You know that feeling? That feeling is looking for that brain chemistry, that serotonin. It levels you out. It allows you to really come down. Not like to where you're just asleep and can't work, but you can come down to a much more productive state and stay there.
So it's kind of like taking off the top where you're not just so hyper-focused that you just, everything is like hyper-calculated, but you're missing out the human component. But you're also not at in the pits of despair. You're kind of always getting leveled out a little bit and sustainably, right?
I tell my avoidant male clients this. Look, we're not going to kill that edge that allowed you to rise. We're not going to make you less.
I like the edge.
What we're going to do is give you more options so that when you need to bring it down, you can. When you need to get a good rest at night, you can. When you want to pause and immerse into a moment, you can.
It's really interesting because one thing that I've noticed too is that, obviously now that we're spending a bit more time together, my sleep changed.
Oh, yeah.
And even though I get the same amount of sleep or less, I actually get much more restful sleep, but it is also much more like, I guess I get like dreams, like I'm more conscious. I don't know. It's really weird.
I know you roll your eyes. You roll your eyes at the brain chemistry, but that is brain chemistry. I know. So that's the
Upload
oxytocin.
me into computer
when you get the
immediately.
oxytocin that avoidant men don't get, when you get that oxytocin, it releases GABA.
That's what it is.
Well, GABA in turn helps you release natural melatonin. So you don't have to pop melatonins every night trying to go to sleep at night. You get natural, healthy melatonin.
Interesting.
You know how do you also have less muscle cramps now than you used to?
Oh yeah, they're gone.
The
I
eye
thought it was my
twitches
magnesium
and the eye
intake.
twitches, right?
My eye twitch is gone.
It's gone. It has been.
Nice.
So here's what's funny is when you have low oxytocin and low GABA, you use way more magnesium trying to relax your muscles. When you have higher oxytocin and higher GABA, it's much more efficient at using magnesium to calm your whole body. So all those muscle aches, all those twitches, all that stress, it gets so much easier with less magnesium.
Just for the sake of the audience, the eye twitches is a little bit of an inside joke. Want to give him the 30-second version?
It's not that much of a joke.
It was pretty funny to me.
When I first met you, right? You walked up, you shook my hand, your eye was twitching, and you said, "Get in my car." And I'm like, "Really?" As your eye is twitching, and we're driving down the road, as your head wasn't just twitching, like your head was twitching. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's just dry. It's just really dry." And you're whole like spasming as you're driving. And as you settled in with my family and they gave you lots of hugs, the eye twitch got a little bit better. So I'm not surprised to hear now that your eye twitch has gone away because your brain chemistry is working
Well,
better.
I'm glad you got in that car with a twitchy stranger.
What
were you thinking?
That was confusing. I almost Ubered home because it was twitchy. But that is the difference. You haven't become less efficient. You're getting better sleep with the same amount of sleep.
Interesting.
You're resting better. Your body's better. Everything's better. If you like this clip, I know you're going to enjoy the full episode. You can watch it right here.